I haven't seen this person or this person for so many years. And I would hear things like, remember back when, and they would bring up all these crazy things about what had happened. And that just kind of warmed my heart. And all the people, that are associated with the ballpark, these are things that we want to bring back, and the values of family and community. This year, we're doing more this year than we ever have, starting with this egg hunt. We're also going to be having, and this is going to be through the fire department. I'd like to bring the fire department into this too. They're having a pancake breakfast, which will be on April 15th. $7 is what the cost is. It's going to be from 8 a.m. to 12. And they're going to be having pancakes, eggs, sausage, ham, toast, of course, coffee, juice, and soda. That's all going to be for just $7. I mean, you're getting a lot of food for that. And that's a way that they can get the community together for that. After that, we're going to be having a yard sale in May. And then Toys for Tots, that's going to be somewhere in between those two. That's going to be in April. I'll be talking about that at another date. The canoe float is going to be coming up in June. We're going to have back to school bash. That's always put on by the fire department. The music festival. That is near and dear in our hearts. This is going to be the third year that we're going to be putting this on. This year it's going to be August 27th.
Now, do you have a lot of bands, or do people come in from other areas, or is it just local?
Well, the first year it was all just local people, and it was kind of like karaoke. And that was lots of fun. But last year they had a few professional bands in there. Eddie Miles was there. And so it was a little different last year. And I think we're going to try to find a happy medium between the two this year. Something for everybody. The past 2 years, it's been on a Saturday night. This year, it's going to be on a Sunday night. So, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. But then we've got the trunk or treat coming up, the holiday craft fair, that's going to be in November, and then, of course, the Christmas with Santa.
It sounds like all this planning is a full-time job.
Kind of. It keeps us hopping.
We're planning through the year. So
hopping. I heard what you done there.
There you go. That's good.
Nice segue. Yeah.
Let me mention just a brief thing. Every pastor has to do this sort of, put out there his mass times and things. But I want to do that quickly before I myself have to run off to mass. Just to remind the community, our listeners, of our weekend mass schedule, and then also the ceremonies running up to Easter Sunday. So every weekend we have a mass at 4 p.m. on Saturday afternoon at St. Catherine in New Haven and at St. Vincent de Paul in New Hope, and then a mass at 5:30 p.m. at Immaculate Conception in Culvertown. And then on Sunday mornings, a 7 a.m. mass at Culvertown, 8:30 a.m. mass at New Hope, and a 10 a.m. mass at New Haven. So I'm hopping right with Lauren there. In the run-up to Easter, Holy Thursday is April the 6th. And so I will have confessions of the Sacrament of Reconciliation at 6 p.m. at St. Catherine, followed by the Holy Thursday Mass at 7 p.m. And then Father Ken Fortner, who we love, is a great friend of the community. He's retired. He's in residence at St. Vincent de Paul. He'll have a Mass there also at 7 p.m. That's the Mass that reminds us of Jesus' institution of the Eucharist and the priesthood and his command for us to love one another. So that's a beautiful celebration. Something really vivid and iconic to bring the family to. Children are really captivated by all the signs and symbols of that. And it's a real way to reach their hearts ceremonially, as we're sort of reaching their hearts with joy in these different events that we have planned. Good Friday is April 7th. I'll have a full day of ceremony there. Confessions at 1 o'clock at St. Catherine, followed by Stations of the Cross at 2 p.m. That's a really neat devotion. We stop at each of the icons in the church, remembering Jesus's way to the cross and how that sign of love and sacrifice he made for us. And then the Good Friday liturgy at 3 p.m. And then at St. Vincent de Paul, Stations of the Cross at 6 p.m. And then Father Ken will have that liturgy there at 7 p.m. Then we have Holy Saturday, April the 8th. That's sort of an all-quiet day, reflecting on the Lord being in the tomb at this point, because Good Friday is the celebration of his passion and crucifixion. But in Saturday night, this is the sort of the high point of the church's entire liturgical year, the Easter Vigil. I'll have confessions, again, another opportunity to prepare our hearts at 3 p.m. at St. Catherine.